Yo, Yamamo, Aquaba Shronkoso, Eba POG Media. So, yes, just a safe no about or subscribe na what like a Jumedino at the Amayobitim so Ashe Jumedino na afofro and so and sa akabi. And please click on the notification bell no send a be any news be at a platform no so also no dear air call and dear air but yembo ra in 7 to na yembo emfemra a yemrashe bedrefie and I say air the minority a yekokos no aswoye where abra one of the leading MPs an interview concerning the LGBTQ no a Supreme Court the what that's baby say and also or the wada baby so they wada baby no and ne omaba abeka ho asem say the Supreme Court and the Ghana judicial system no it is very appalling like and yet to say atete up something they should be they should be very careful into the streets a warning the Supreme Court and the Chief Justice and the judges are omudi asam concerning the LGBTQ no saga now the first judgment aba abontino omashu the satisfaction efa ehun so yebeko na yakwa akotie ensam do na abra this MP the ensam do na the air to Mr. Jibre niti abra yedin some no do na yede ebrem.
Honorable Minister, you're one of the MPs more front say LGBTQ plus a bill our parliament and want some court basa and that Supreme Court after seminal first time. Okay, was it Richard Sky and some filing injunction and even the case has been adjourned indefinitely. As a member, what do you say?
As for this matter, however you turn it, it is clear to everybody that our president, leading the executive arm of government, is doing everything possible. Unfortunately, it seems, with the collusion of other independent bodies to frustrate this law that enjoys the support of majority of Ghanaians. And that for me is very unfortunate because we elect our government to reflect our views and our aspirations. And if over 90%, according to research conducted by the University of Ghana and other research bodies of Ghanaians support this LGBTQ bill, and it has been passed by a bipartisan parliament where there was no objection, it beats my imagination that our government that we elected to reflect our views and our aspirations is dithering and pussyfooting and unable to live up to our aspirations and meet that requirement that we have of it to, shut all doors and windows to this inhumane act and this threat to our customs and culture and religious beliefs as well. The president leading the executive is clearly working in collusion with other constitutional bodies to make it impossible for this bill to become law. And I think it is unfortunate, and the people of Ghana must help in rescuing this nation and putting it back on not just a track of economic recovery, but also of moral recovery. Because we are not just dealing with an economic decay here. The example of this bill tells us that we also have a moral decay. And when we lose that, then it will take us forever to even regain the economic height.
Are you disappointed in the courts?
I am. I am terribly disappointed in our legislature. And I am not surprised that when research is conducted, it always comes out looking very bad in the views of Ghanaians. So many people, and I'm not the one saying it, so many research reports have shown how people are increasingly losing confidence in our courts. And this is another example of the courts allowing themselves to be used in battering their own image, because clearly the way they have handled this matter so far doesn't do the image of the courts any good. And the earlier they realize it, the better.
So far, me ba cho 2 days in here, ya share registration. I say, wako round kakra. Limited registration, you know.
I will plead with you and then speak in English.
No problem, no problem.
So, yes, the limited registration exercise started yesterday. Unfortunately, the Electoral Commission is not improving at all. One would have thought that after organizing the last limited registration last year, they would have learned from the experiences that we all had to go through to gather. But unfortunately, they are appearing worse than even before. Look, as at yesterday, when the process began, almost everywhere, especially in the northern region, the only time that people were successfully registered was after 12 midday. After 12 midday. I don't know of any registration center that recorded one successful registration before 12 midday. And yet, people have to travel long distances, in some cases through bad roads, even in some cases putting their lives at risk, traveling on canoes, hoping that they can get to the EC office very early, get attended to, so that they can make their journey back home to their hometowns and their villages. Because of the situation yesterday, in some areas, the people had to sleep at the EC offices, especially in the eastern corridor of northern region. And these were challenges we experienced the last time. And one would have thought that they would have put in measures to ensure that those so-called codes that we were all waiting for did not delay in getting to the centers. The network challenges we experienced the last time, we thought it would have improved. But nothing seemed to be working. It's as if there's a deliberate ploy to limit the number of people who get onto the register. We call it voter suppression. Voter suppression. I think that is the agenda of this electoral commissioner. Because all past electoral commissioners ensured that registration centers were opened in electoral areas. So if you went to Tamale North constituency, for example, we have 11 electoral areas. You would have had at least 11 centers where people can easily walk to their registration center, where they get registered and know that on voting day, that's the same place you'll go and vote. This woman has come and has concentrated everything at the district offices. And some of these district offices, in some cases, you have about 100 kilometers of the last village away from the district office. The roads are not good. It is the rainy season. And so rains come and they disrupt the processes. And like I said on Monday too, I don't know if you monitored, after the whole process last September, I have found out, and I have a report that the Northern Region Electoral Commission officer has presented to the national headquarters, showing that about 3,000 people do not have their names on the register after they went through the hell that they went through last September to get registered. The new registrants, about 3,000 of them in Northern Region do not have their names on the register.
Okay.
Through no fault of theirs. But they have been issued voter ID cards. So these 3,000 on voting day, what happens to them if they come to vote? Their names are not on the register because the register that was used for the district assembly elections did not have their names. Now the Electoral Commission is asking these people to come back to register. After they went through the hell that they went through last September to register, you, the Electoral Commissioner, you claim you have lost their data. You lost their information, so they should come again.
Yamisha say oye de OJ Brenna o share dwumadi no subscribe like dwumadi no na share na ma foforo enso ensa nkabian. Please click on the notification bell no so celebia ye the any news be at platforms so awon so wo de echo and de eba. Hey, Ghana, your politics no say na be cool and me should be and some papa na abare ma wa bo e ra aye electoral aye commission aye the registration, and I said the limited aye registration now aye EC aye no and all ka ho nsama ode ho ene ho tansembo bebre aye the able EC a lot of warning and so ma EC aye be pese be to so na yakutie aye nsama urei e de tuja, and I said this MP e de tuja na revealing a year NDC for in Susuye. Yanko Ninkokuti, Bedamase.
So when you look at the whole arrangement, you can only conclude that they are deliberately trying to suppress votes, reduce the number of people who get onto the ballot, I mean the voter register.
Onto the register.
It is a clear rigging mechanism. Anybody who reads and understands election processes will tell you the impact of voter suppression when you intend to rig an election. And I think the whole body language shows that it is calculated to suppress votes. Today, the same thing. I mean, network challenges, breakdowns, no power. Yet the Electoral Commissioner told us that she has procured or rented generators for the district offices. Yesterday, I had to personally rent a generator for my district office.
Wow. But we learned the Electoral Commission was doing so.
It's a lie. I'm telling you, from my experience, it's a lie. The Electoral Commission has not provided the generators at the district offices. At least, I can tell you that yesterday, about 7 or 8 MPs reported on our MP's platform that they also had to rent generators. I can send you the picture of the generator that I rented for the district office in my constituency. I mean, why do you do this? It is calculated to just make the process difficult so that people will not even bother to register. You know, and when she addressed a press conference, and let me raise it for the attention of the media, I think you people may have missed it. She said something very, very significant.
Okay.
In trying to deny that in recruiting returning officers, they did not manipulate it, she revealed something interesting. She said that all those they recruited have not less than 8 years working experience with the Electoral Commission.
Sure.
My sister.
Sure.
She said that.
Yeah.
My sister. The advertisement was in the Daily Graphic and everywhere. And it was open to all eligible candidates to apply. And previous working experience with the Electoral Commission was not a major requirement. So anybody could have applied. And I know many people who applied but never worked with the Electoral Commission. And it, by the way, it wasn't a requirement. It was not a major requirement.
Yeah.
So what kind of fair process did they put in place that ended up producing people, recruiting people who have more than 8 years experience with working with the EC? What kind of fair process is that? That nobody, no new entrant could go through that fair process. No new entrant, because previous working experience with the EC wasn't a requirement. So how come that she says that when they finish, all those they recruited have more than 8 years. Is it the 2015 team that they have brought, 2015-2016 team they have brought to repeat a certain agenda?
Okay.
I'm just wondering.
Honorable Power Chess, is it only at the stronghold of NDC and now say a general problem?
From my checks, it is prevalent in the stronghold of the NDC. It is very, very prevalent in the NDC stronghold. Especially these reports that I have received are coming from certain members of parliament.
That's a minority caucus.
Minority caucus. That's where we are getting many of these network challenges, system breakdowns, power issues, and all the disruptions. Malfunctioning BVR machines, and all of that. In fact, in some cases, I know that some people have to even assist the electoral commission to recruit your supporting staff, because the system is so slow that the officers that are in charge of filling the forms, in some cases they'll just give them one officer to be in charge of filling the forms, and yet the EC in the region or the district already have people that they work with who have that experience.
Yeah.
And so given the chance, they can, employ their services to support the process. Mm. But it's as if the people at the top are determined to make sure that they make the process difficult and cumbersome so that they can vote as oppressed.
As minority, more plan be say, mobile meeting on it, you address the electoral commission and now say, what is the plan?
I have every confidence in our election directorate, and I am impressed with the way they are working together with the party national executives and regional executives and constituency executives to collate the information. I have seen a collation system in place where the views and grievances from the various constituencies are being sent to one platform. And I'm sure when all of that is aggregated and it becomes necessary for the party to address the media, we will come to highlight these issues that are confronting everyone in the various constituencies.
Okay.
Joe, I mean, Shas Wajibre, ABC Sabre, no, I should you medie no, and my the diacoson yan pitri. And yes, it's a bubuchi fin so as a catch us or then Chemewa and Genechi. And these are the politicians, and no matter the political party now or one, idea to say, or more no minimum. Into revealing all this, not or the any bread, and we know that there is a political season because 2024 about to office. So we knew say a year the NDC and the NPP no omunina no obiya wild because of a to media obiya the air penint no. So allegations we east in this annual man cost very sensitive as time goes on no. The East now itself on the bad address it, not the various political parties. No, so I the enya a more NTS, and a bear a day as some dear kind and a bear day, a beba a year Ghana having as we now some dear a dear Juma. So, the Jumadian Bessiama, there are still other subsequent stories. I all know my Mr. Obejebre now what see a Jumadiano at the Amamo POG Media. We always bring you the best. Madamasi, Makramo.